What is up, guys, and welcome to, wow, it's been a while since I said this, another episode of MOC Review. Now, this is the series where I basically go through some of the best MOCs I have found out there on the internet from the LEGO Star Wars theme. We go over them, break them down technique-wise, and have a look at them and really showcase them to you guys, as well as in the second section, we go ahead and show off some of the best MOC building series that are currently going on YouTube, and then finally, we go through all of your submissions that you've submitted into me and have a little look at your MOCs that you've been working on. But yeah, it's been a while since we made one of these episodes. I'm really excited to get back into it, and we're starting off with an absolute banger. As always, guys, every single MOC will be linked in the description down below, and if you want to send in your entries for the next episode, go ahead and DM me over on Instagram. That'll also be linked in the description down below, and just send me a couple of photos of your MOC to be featured. But yeah, let's head into section 1 of MOC Review, and we'll begin with this awesome FELUCIA MOC by someone who I've actually met at a LEGO convention very recently, and that is Bricks. Now, he produces some really nice MOCs. He actually even sells some of them over on his page, so definitely a cool one to go check out. But yeah, this FELUCIA MOC is really nice. I love the plant work. I think that's absolutely the highlight of most FELUCIA MOCs, but this one, he smashed out the park. I think the just overall diversity of plants are really nice. I love the Ayla Secura minifig, and obviously that 327th minifig there as well. The plants with the pink eggs are really unique with this sort of green stem down the middle. I really like the trans blue and trans pink plant as well. And then there's this one down on the bottom left. I'm not even sure how that's made. That might even be shield pieces or something like that in blue, and then a sort of lighter blue as well. And just the terrain in general is really nice. It flows from reddish brown into nougat into tan, I think, at the top there. I'm not entirely sure. It might be a dark orange into a medium nougat, or maybe a medium nougat into a light nougat. But yeah, it looks really good. I love this other green plant, and then of course the classic light tan plants at the back are really nice with these black rings around them. And overall, I think the techniques in here were fantastic, and I really do recommend going and checking out Bricks, because some of his MOCs are fantastic. The next one up actually won the award for the best MOC at BrickHaul Chicago, and it's actually one of my good friends, Droid. Now, this is so cool. I love just the whole atmosphere of this MOC. Obviously, it is based on the Duel of the Fates scene, but specifically from the LEGO Star Wars video game. If you didn't know, a load of people collabed to make the entire LEGO Star Wars video game in LEGO form at BrickHaul Chicago, and this was one of the highlights for me. I really do love the sort of like hearts up at the top. Apparently, he had to remove the printing on those heart pieces, and it just looks really good with the Darth Maul and then obviously Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon having their sort of health bars up at the top. It's just such a unique twist to this one, and also the studs, I believe, as well, to show how many studs you've collected on this level is really cool. Of course, it's quite an unconventional shape, especially with the floor. I think this was made really nice, obviously, to form that nice circular pattern in the middle. The pieces of floor go really well together. He clearly uses some nice cheese slopes and those bigger 1x2 cheese slopes to make these awesome round curved techniques, and the section in the middle is really nice as well. There's tons of lights in here, and I just think this has worked out really nicely. I love how Darth Maul's already been chopped in half, and Qui-Gon obviously has those death eyes. I think that's such a nice little touch right there, and these classic minifigs look really good. The lights in the wall look fantastic, and the greebles in general just look really nice, and the subtle accents of the sand blue are really nice. That's such an underrated color that I don't think I see very much in LEGO. I love how the studs are floating around the outside. I think that's so cool as well. They're very small details, but they look really nice and help to bring this MOC to life. And overall, wow, this MOC just comes together absolutely fantastically. And that's not the last thing we'll hear of Droid this video. He's also got a MOC build series, but we'll come back onto that later in the video. But next up is Geonosis by Imperial Brick Productions. Now, I've featured this guy on tons of MOC videos, and I think he's a really talented builder. I do think he just produces really high quality, clean images with just really nice building techniques, and I just think overall his MOCs are the perfect balance between size and detail, and I really do love the scenes he manages to set up. And here he smashed it out of the park again with a Geonosis MOC right here. So you can see his Imperial fighter tank. That's actually his design for a custom model. I believe you can build that yourself actually if you want to order the instructions. But yeah, really nice explosion next to that. I really love the way he does his explosions with the lights and all these big trans orange pieces coming flying off. I think this looks really cool, and then just the layering of the different terrain with the wedge plates is really nice for Geonosis. I think that works really perfectly, and then obviously the subtle hints of the medium nougat mixed into that dark orange terrain. I mean, there's a reason why just about every LEGO Star Wars MOC builder builds Geonosis, and that's because it just looks so good in that dark orange color, especially as that color is becoming a lot more common nowadays. I really do love seeing more and more Geonosis MOCs, and those spires are really nice as well. And overall, it's a nice scene set up between obviously the Geonosis droids and the Clone Force advancing from the left. Now, this is a really awesome build right here. It's a slightly smaller one, but I really love the techniques and I thought I had to include it. And this is from Delta Builder over on Instagram. Most of these entries come from Instagram. If you guys are posting good MOCs like this, that's definitely the best way I find MOCs. So if you guys are looking for sort of good inspiration for people to follow, definitely check out some of the builders I featured here. But yeah, this one's really nice. I love the merge of terrain details by sort of greens in the sides, and then it moves forwards into the dark tan with, again, medium nougat and dark orange sprinkled in there, and then some olive green accents in the plants as well. I love how it overlaps onto this sort of main platform. Oh, and by the way, this is entitled Training, and it's such a cool little scene using those Imperial Cadet helmets that we actually saw on a Ezra Bridger minifig. The minifigs are looking really good. Obviously, dual molded legs and printed arms. I believe those printed arms might have been from the Marvel CMF. Then, of course, this shock trooper here as well. You can see these guys are just doing a little bit of target practice, a little bit of training, and I think that works well. I do love the angles of these walls that he managed to get in here. I don't know how he managed to get those, but they look really good, and I love the smoothness of these sort of, I guess, tower sort of, maybe pillar sort of things in the middle. And then I do love the mixture of snot and tile on the floor with some nice different sandwich tiles and loads of other things sprinkled in there to add more and more details. And I love the ladders, and I think the plant work on the sides is really well done as well. The rock on the front is really nice, and it just sort of integrates well into the actual terrain details and the freeform design of this really cool MOC. So definitely a really good one to add to the video right here. And the final MOC of this first section is based on Kenobi, so the awesome show that just aired on Disney Plus, and this is from another friend of mine named Starmarks. Now, he is another really talented builder, and definitely someone I'd recommend going and checking out. So this was part of a challenge video, and I think it turned out really nicely. Obviously, we have the throne room from Vader's castle on Mustafar. We have some nice windows at the back, and you can see some nice subtle sort of like hints to the Mustafar terrain in the background with those lights, and those trans orange pieces are mixed in with the black. I think that's really cool. The slanted walls at the top are really nice as well, using some nice hinge bricks, and just the angles of this MOC in general look good and come together really nicely. Then it sort of slowly tapers down as you get towards the front, and there's a nice staircase, including some nice different pillar details and stuff like that as well. I really like these small pillars that are either side of Vader that have this nice groove cut out of it. I think that works really nicely. And then, of course, in the center we have Vader on his classic throne right there. So that is the first section of MOC review done, guys. Let me know what your favorite MOC out of those ones I just showed was. I definitely think the FELUCIA one's cool, Axie Droids one's cool, but overall they are all fantastic and I really do like them. So definitely go check out the builders. But without further ado, let's get into section 2 of MOC review, where we go over the best MOC building series that are currently going on YouTube that you can go ahead and follow along week by week. And the first one is a brand new series that's just started by a guy named Coconut Brick Studios. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He's built some really fantastic MOCs recently, and he's a really good friend of mine, and this is his Coruscant series. Really excited to see how this progresses, and I definitely can't wait to see how he tackles the Senate buildings and things like that. Next up is Brickhanix. Now, he is working on an Endor MOC. Now, this is a really cool one. I really like the scale of this, and I think this is going to come together really nicely. And Endor is definitely one I want to tackle in the future, so it's definitely good inspiration for me. Next up, Axie Droid returns with his Mimban MOC right here. This is his actual main build series. Obviously, he took a break to build that small collab build that we showed earlier, but I do love Mimban. Again, a really cool planet, a really cool Imperial MOC, and I definitely can't wait to see how this turns together. The tunnels and trenches and lights and everything like that looks fantastic, and I can't wait to see as all the base plates start to come together with more and more detail. And then we have a series that's just concluded but will be well worth a rewatch, and this is Geonosis by GM Productions. I really love the way this looks. I think, again, Geonosis is such a cool planet. I really love the way this is looking, and I think it just has a nice bit of sort of uniqueness with the two-layered effect and the stacked effect with the arena, the actual factory itself below that, and then the outside area in 2 levels as well, which is just so unique, and I really do think this is a fantastic one you need to check out. And the final MOC is the return of the goats. Now, this is, of course, Rich Boy J, my favorite MOC builder in the entire world. He has come back with another MOC building series, obviously returning after his giant Starkiller base that went down as one of the biggest and best Star Wars MOCs of all time. This is Camino. Now, I really do love this so far. He's got some incredible angles and details in here. Definitely worth a watch of the first 3 episodes. I can't wait to see more as they come out, after obviously he made another collab for that Lego Star Wars game as well with Axie Droid. So he's coming back to this very soon, hopefully, and I can't wait to see episode 4. I definitely would recommend you check out all of these series that will be linked in the description down below. And now on to the final section where you guys send in your MOCs for me to review. First up, we have Lego Star Wars Brick Film Guy with this awesome castle right here. Next up is Lego Hammer, who built this really cool Bad Batch scene on Daro, I believe it is. Then we do in fact have a Hoth scene from Ed Hayes. Really cool trench right there. Really love the way this came together. Now we have Magnus with this really cool Imperial base. I love the way this is looking as well, with some cool turrets and things like that. Then Brick Yoda comes in with this nice MOC from the Mandalorian with this cool Imperial base as well. Then we do have EJ Sparrow with this really cool twin pod cloud car from obviously episode 5. Really love the way this looks, and you don't see this too often in Lego form. After that, we have J3 Bricks with, again, another giant Mimban MOC. I love the details of this. I think this is really, really cool, and the size is just really awesome. I would really love to build something like this in the future, like I mentioned before. This we have Galactic Brick Pyre with this awesome Mandalore MOC from the throne room scene. I really like this with obviously Darth Maul up there at the front. Then we have Lego Lover 1 with this really cool sort of pathway. I love the way he did the small stones in the pathway, and then some really colourful different plants all around right here with Ahsoka, and I believe that's Luke and a baby Yoda. After this, Lego MOC Custom sent me this really cool MOC right here with a sort of statue in the middle of Vader, and then a cool sort of stained glass window in the back. Then Deezer sent me this really good sort of cantina build right here. I love this. I think it might be based off of the Lego Star Wars video game, but I love the way this looks. It's really, really cool with some iconic characters in there. Then 501st Brick sent me this cool little snowy build with a Wookiee Jedi right there, slashing up some droids and some clone reinforcements coming in behind him. Then we have this nice one by Bricks right here with a cool scout trooper taking a little break here on a cool planet. And then finally we have JCB with this cool FELUCIA build with some droids facing off against some clones and some really good plant builds as well. And yeah, so that's the end of this episode of MOC Review, guys. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at some of the best and brightest MOCs that are currently being built, as well as have been finished recently on YouTube, as well as on Instagram and across the internet. I really do love taking a look at these MOCs, and also taking a look at all of your MOCs that you've sent in to me. So if you want your MOC featured in the next episode, send it in to me via Instagram. There'll be a link in the description down below. Of course, drop me a follow over there whilst you're at it, and also, of course, subscribe to the channel here if you want to see more videos like this. Of course, if you haven't already checked out my own MOC building series where I'm recreating the scenes from Jedi Fallen Order on Kashyyyk, definitely go check that out. I would love for you to join the series and just watch along with it. I'm definitely enjoying it, and I'm 16 weeks in right now, and I'm having a ton of fun, and there's still a load of building left to do. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.